How you spend your 20s will determine the rest of your entire life. Now it's sad because life of the modern man right now is built to destroy you, destroy us, destroy our future, our hopes, our dreams. I mean, we are literally in the middle of a war zone. And the sad reality is that most men don't even realize this. They sit back on their parents' couch, living these sad, complacent lives, immersing themselves in comfort and ease, not even realizing that they are prisoners of war. But for the 1% like you watching this right now, you're planning ahead, you're equipping yourself with the right artillery to fight this war. And I promise you, bro, you keep fighting, you keep punching, you're gonna do amazing things. See, it's not that complex to win in life. It's hard work, but it's not complicated work. So today I got 4 powerful habits that you need to start in your 20s. Now, hey, if you're already in your 30s, no worries at all, because most of the stuff that I'm about to discuss today, I just learned myself this last year when I turned 30. So, I mean, yeah, we got a lot of catching up to do, but hey, the mission starts now. Number 1, stop escaping. Now, the main issue, the main problem that we're facing with in this day and age is that there's always a way of escape. You're feeling a little bored? Oh, just grab your phone, go on Instagram, swipe away, escape. You're feeling a little lazy? Turn on that Netflix, escape. You're feeling a little horny? Log on to Pornhub. You're feeling a little bit depressed, a little frustrated? Grab that alcohol bottle, escape. There's always a way to escape your problems rather than actually face them head on. The other day, I just caught myself, bro. I think I was walking into Starbucks and there's some people walking by, and I don't know, for some reason, my social anxiety kind of perked its head through again. First thing I did was I reached in my pocket to grab my phone so I didn't have to look at them in the eye. And then within like 3 seconds, I was like, wait, what am I doing? And I put that phone back down and I looked at those people right in the eyes and I gave them a smile. Yeah, I didn't feel like it. Yeah, I was feeling socially all awkward and anxious, but I quickly faced it and counterattacked. So my biggest word of encouragement is stop escaping. We need more experience. That's what it is right there. You know, there's that whole quote that's like, and I say it in my own videos, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others, which I 100% agree. But hey, you know what? What I also agree with is that sometimes it's good to actually fall face flat sometimes. To sometimes have to learn the hard way. It's good for a man to just sometimes learn a good hard lesson and to learn it the hard way. Builds character, builds experience points. It's like fighting a boss like in a video game. You can't just take some good advice from one of your friends and just beat them first go around. No, you actually got to play the video game. You have to build up your character. You have to build up his experience points, his skills. You got to do all these things in order to then fight the boss. You can't just beat him learning off of someone else's advice or learning from their mistakes. You have to actually play the game. It's one thing to take information from somebody and regurgitate it versus actually going through it and then being able to speak from your own experience, having actually been there, done that. So hey, stop trying to shortcut the process. Stop trying to avoid the pain. Stop trying to escape. All escape is just simply just avoidance. And most young men these days, they want to live this big, nice, big baller lifestyle, but the second times get tough, they fold, they escape. So hey, realize this, the greater the assignment, the greater the adversity. The higher you go up in life, I mean, we know the quote, with new levels comes new devils. Now in scripture, it says that Paul, he dealt with a thorn in his flesh. Now we don't necessarily know exactly what that thorn was. I'm kind of glad we don't, because then if we knew exactly what it was, we might not be able to connect with this story as well. But hey, the whole moral of this is that whatever thorn you have in your flesh currently in your life right now, that thorn always serves a purpose. Now hey, look, I'm a faith-based dude, and I truly believe that the weapons that the enemy uses to torment you become God's tools that he uses to transform you. See, transformation doesn't come from just reading a couple little cool quotes online or reposting one of your favorite Bible verses or Bible memes onto your Instagram story just to hype you up. It doesn't come from going down to the comment summary guy and seeing what the tips are real quick and then just bounce. It comes from experience. It comes from the thorn in your flesh and how you dealt with it. See, you won't learn much if you just keep doing the same mundane things every single day. Even like logging on and watching my videos, like hey look, I appreciate it, bro, and I'm gonna give you as much wisdom and information as I could possibly give. As I excel, as I progress and continuously evolve, I'm gonna keep passing you down that information. But at the same time, you gotta do something with that information, bro. Use it. Go out and apply. Go out and fail. And hey, you might even find that one of my tips didn't help you out. And no other YouTuber is gonna tell you that. You might, try something that I told you on like a relationships video or something like that, and it might just not work for you. It might actually be the opposite. And that right there is an experience point that you got above everybody else, even above me. So hey, dive all in. Get all nice and bruised up. Earn your scars. Create some stories on how you fell 7 times, but then rose again on the 8th. See, that right there, that's the type of man that people follow. They don't follow Mr. Clean Cut Chuck, the guy who just did everything right. No, they follow the man who took some risk and who's got the scars to show for it. Now, from these next two, I got from the Instagram account, the Dan Co, I believe it's called. And I just found out like a few weeks ago, actually, that he has a YouTube channel as well. So you guys might want to check that out. It's some really good, useful information. But this leads me to number 2, which is build a strong body. Now, hey, look, you can call it narcissism, you can call it vanity, call it whatever you want. Vanity actually is one of the galvanizing factors when it comes to self-improvement. I know it was for me, just being brutally honest with you. I mean, when I was 16 years old, bro, I didn't care about nothing else besides looking good and getting big, putting on some size. And then that bled into every other area of my life after that. That was just the kind of keystone factor. So hey, whatever gets you up off your ass and helps you take that first initial step, go for it. How you present yourself is absolutely key. It's essential. People these days are so superficial and they'll base everything off of your looks. They'll judge you based off of your looks and not necessarily just like what you look like in the face region area. I mean, you could honestly be just an average guy, even below average. You could be kind of like an ugly guy, a guy that's just not very good looking, but you got the body, bro. You show that you put in the work at the gym and you actually take care of yourself. People's respect for you will skyrocket. And not only that, people will now start to listen to you. They'll give you their time, their attention. And the great thing about bodybuilding is that you can start right now, today. Don't even have to wait. And instantly you'll feel better. Your mental health will go up. You'll get that mental clarity. Elisha Long just did a post today, I think on his Discord. 20 to 30 minutes of cardio 3 days a week will give you a massive increase in mental clarity, and it will totally just eliminate brain fog. So hey, if you're confused, frustrated, you feel a little cloudy one day, move around, move some iron, and watch how you feel. And now this goes into the next one. Number 3, we got build a strong mind. Now most people, they're not even aware of this. They're not even conscious of this, that beliefs, yes, they create, but beliefs, they also destroy as well. And that word belief, all it means is you are absolutely 100% certain about a specific matter, whether that's negative or positive. It's a monologue that you keep on telling yourself in your head. Oh, you know, that's just not me. Oh, you know, I'm just not built like that. I'm just not lucky like he is. These right here are the set of beliefs that we base every one of our decisions off of. And that right there is dangerous. If you truly don't believe something about yourself, then you won't do or make any decision that contradicts that belief, whether positive or negative. So in a positive scenario, that's good, right? Because if you truly believe it, you become it. But if you don't believe it, then you won't become it. Because again, you will never do anything. You will never make any decisions that contradict that idea, that concept, that monologue that you keep telling yourself. You won't push the limits because you've told yourself that the limits are unbreakable. When I was 16, I was the same height I am now, 110 pounds. And that was the monologue I kept telling myself, was just, you know, I'm just not built like he is. I'm just skinny. I just have a fast metabolism. And that's just the way it is. I'll always be skinny. But my friend Roger, who I've told you guys about, if he hadn't have come in and challenged me, if he hadn't come in and started pushing me to go to the gym, who knows where I'd be at today. Maybe I'd still be 110 pounds, all malnourished. I probably wouldn't even have attracted Bree, my wife. Who knows? And then the first day I met Bree, you can even check it out for yourself. It's somewhere uploaded onto YouTube. The first thing I said when I was done hanging out with her and I went back to the car, I said, she's gonna be my wife. And if I didn't believe that, if I just thought to myself, she's just way too good for me and I'll never be able to measure up to a type of girl on that kind of caliber, there's just no way. Well, then I would have never taken the necessary steps that it took to be her husband. On the contrary, a couple years before that, when I was around 20 years old, I remember I told myself, I was just like, you know, I'm way too introverted to do YouTube videos. I'm just not that smart. That's just not me. And if my mom wouldn't have challenged me on that idea and forced me to make YouTube videos, I wouldn't be here talking to you, bro. See, your mind determines the course of your life. Tony Robbins says, we don't experience life, we experience the life that we focus on. So, hey, what are you focused on? Are you focused on all the reasons why you can't or all the reasons why you can? And the last one, number 4, build an online business. Now, the great thing about this is that everyone is cut out for this. No matter how old you are, no matter how young you are. Even you right now, even if you think to yourself, oh no, Dre, that's not me. I'm no entrepreneur, I'm no CEO, I don't even know anything about computers, none of that. Well, I got good news for you, my brother. Just by you saying that right now, just proves that you are cut out for the entrepreneur life. You look at any successful, big, massive CEO, entrepreneur guy, you go back to his earlier days, you go back to old interviews, or if you could even ask him yourself, it's always the same story. They always say the same thing. Oh, you know, I never thought in a million years. But once I believed in myself, once I just dedicated myself and, you know, and then I had just major breakthrough and everything was a big success, right? Humanity was found on entrepreneurship. Think about it, bro. Like our ancestors from way back when, hundreds of years ago, they didn't wake up every morning slaving away at some job that they hate, serving some boss that they can't stand, working a 9 to 5, building up someone else's business, right? No, bro, they were self-sufficient. They were self-made. Now, look, I'm not saying that you have to be like some big, massive millionaire, billionaire, or anything like that. Like, even look at me. I'm no Hamza. I'm no Alex Costa. I don't get as much views as they do. I don't sell as much programs as they do. But I still live a very, very comfortable, blessed life. I literally got everything that I've ever wanted growing up. Everything that I've ever prayed for. Everything that I've ever believed God for. I now possess. And yeah, you know, you got your guys that live on that like top tier level, like Iman Gaji and all those guys who live excessively. Yeah, I mean, I don't have that kind of lifestyle, but hey, I'm just as happy, if not more happy. Yeah, my life may be a little bit more simpler, but I like it that way. That's actually how I want it. It's simple and I'm surrounded by love. And the great thing about all this, the beauty of the internet, of YouTube, is that it's allowed just your everyday, normal, average people like me to be able to achieve this type of lifestyle. It's a blessing. And then out of this YouTube channel, I've been able to sell hair products. For those of you that support my hair brand Shavu, I've also been able to sell my masculine masterclass. I got another program masterclass coming out as well here in the next month or so. So before we go ahead and end this video, let's start your business right now. Let's do this. Bonus tip. So think of one major problem that you faced when you were younger. What advice or what product would you give to that young man right now to solve his problems or make his journey 10 times more easier? Okay, that's it right there. There's your product. There's your brand. Growing up, I remember, bro, like I even told my mom this back when I was younger, I wanted to be respected as a man. Like that was my number one problem, I guess you could say, in life, is that I just wanted to be respected. I wanted people to see me as a man and not as a child. And I've always looked very young for my age too. So like when I was like 18, 19 years old, I looked like I was about 13, 14. And so it was just really hard for me growing up. So over the years, I gained the knowledge on how to become my most masculine self, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually as well. And the way that I hold myself, the way that I talk with people, the way that I communicate. And then I took all that knowledge, all that wisdom, wrapped it up and created a business out of that, out of solving that one problem that I had when I was younger. Now, I'm sure if you're in your late 20s right now, you've learned a lot in the last decade. You've learned a lot since you were 18, 19 years old, right? And I'm sure most of the problems that you had back then are already probably solved by now. Now you already have a whole new set of problems, right? But those problems that you once had, how did you solve them? And that's why, going back to number one, that's why it's so important to have experience. That's why it's so important sometimes to learn the hard way, to fall face flat, because all that experience, that struggle, that right there is your product. Going through that pain and having to figure things out all on your own, now you have a solution that solves someone else's pain. So hey, don't allow that. Don't allow that pain to be in vain. Your scars are literally someone else's signs of hope. So with that said, my brother, hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you got a little something from it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Hit the notifications button to be informed when I drop a new one. Check out this video right here. It's a powerful one, and I'll catch you on the next vid. Peace always.